Yeah. Okay, good morning class. So this is test number 51, है ना? So how was the paper? Moderate. So ISFR was asked, है ना? ISFR. So that has relevance with respect to your pre-YQs. Have you seen the paper? Previous year questions. So one or two questions will be asked, but mostly the top level questions. That is, which one has the highest forest cover? Which one has the highest forest cover as well as tree cover? And then they will ask you about what is the percentage. Okay, it is the difference because when we talk about the absolute forest cover and percentage, that is a different thing. Okay, what is the relation between percentage and absolute cover? The relation lies in the fact that smaller the state, higher the percentage, है ना? That means absolute cover will be nowhere near the percentage. Okay, that means if you are given in the options that these are bigger states, that means the absolute percentage, absolute cover would be small, or the percentage would be small. ठीक है? But for that you should remember the mnemonic. ठीक है? For example, absolute cover. Which absolute cover plus tree cover? Which one has the highest? Madhya Pradesh. And what is the mnemonic for the first three? MP, Arunachal, and then Chhattisgarh. This is MARCH. March. Okay? This question appeared in March. The answer is also March. Right? MP, Arunachal, and Chhattisgarh. Okay? Chalo, let us start. So first question is, which national park is famous for successful relocation and conservation of the hard ground swamp deer, Barasingha? The answer is for this Kanha National Park. Okay. Rest of the ones, where are they located? Kaziranga is in Assam. Okay. Dudhwa National Park, Uttar Pradesh. ठीक है. And Kebul Lamjao is famous for your Sangai deer. Okay. So answer is A for this. Coming to this part, how do you answer this? Consider the following fauna: snow leopard, red panda, lion-tailed macaque, and great Indian bustard. Great Indian bustard has been in news, critically endangered. Mostly habitat will be desert regions. Okay, so this won't be right. Then coming to lion-tailed macaque, Western Ghats. Okay, and red panda and snow leopard. These are in the Himalayan. In fact, they are in the biodiversity hotspots. Okay. So snow leopard, what is the IUCN status for snow leopard? Vulnerable. Okay, earlier it was endangered. Now it has been, because the population has risen, and the observation, basically not the population has risen, but the observation of these animal populations have risen. So 1 and 2, only 2. Then you have Project Elephant. This though we have done in the class. One is centrally sponsored scheme, yes. Aims to protect elephants, not only elephants, their habitats and the traditional corridors. We talk about elephant corridors. The elephant is declared as the national heritage animal of India. What is the national aquatic animal of India? And national animal of India? Tiger. Okay. So answer for this is D. All three are correct. All three correct. Now this one. Snow leopard. Snow leopard, vulnerable. Nilgiri Thar. Nilgiri Thar is also endangered. Great Indian bustard, critically endangered. Okay. All three are correct. Answer is C. All three. Now this is a phenomenon that we have discussed in the class. First statement, the population of Indian vultures declined drastically in late 1990s and 2000s. ठीक है? Decline in population, what was the reason? There was a drug, okay, that was for the anti-inflammatory drug, that was for the cattle. So statement 3 is right. Cattle were widely treated with veterinary anti-inflammatory drug called diclofenac. What is the alternative for this? Which drug? Meloxicam. meloxicam. ठीक है. So statement 2, vultures suffered from widespread renal failure, kidney failure after consuming cattle carcass. Okay, and also neck drooping. ठीक है. So both of these statements are right, and all the three statements are right, and these two are correct explanation of first. Coming to question number 6. Okay, this is very important because I think it was very laid back when this question was asked about Corbett National Park. Which river flows through it? Okay, so it becomes important for us to know the geographical features that flows through the national parks. Okay, Corbett National Park, Ramganga. Kaziranga National Park, we talked about rhinoceros because of overflooding of Brahmaputra river. And third, Silent Valley National Park. This is Kunti Puja. Okay, this is also right. All the three are right. Okay. Next, coming to question number 7. How many of the above are granted the highest level of protection under Schedule 1 of WPA 1972? Okay. Even if you do not know, which ones do you think would be the right one? Bengal tiger, 100%. Indian pangolin, what is pangolin? Yes, they are ant-eaters. है ना? They are also known as ecosystem engineers, one of the ecosystem engineers. Ghadial, we have seen, okay, WPA 1. This is also critically endangered, okay. And Nilgai. Nilgai is a very, very strong, big-built animal. It has a lot of muscles and it also raids the crops of the farmers, okay. Oftentimes, it is known as a vermin, okay. That means its hunting is not strictly prohibited, right? So, Nilgai, we eliminated 1, 2 and 4. Only 3. C. Then ISFR 2023. Chhattisgarh, maximum increase in forest. All three are correct. Madhya Pradesh, maximum decrease in forest cover. Okay? Gujarat, maximum decrease in mangrove cover. If you find all the coasts, most of the coasts of the states will have these mangrove covers. Okay? So all three, C. Now coming to this, consider the following statements regarding the findings of ISFR. The total forest and tree cover of India is over 25% of its geographical area. Is it right? It is right. Okay. When we talk about the total forest cover and the total tree cover, what is the difference? When we talk about total forest cover, we are talking about those kind of forest. For the findings of ISFR, we are saying that it should have 10% of canopy density. Also, it should be spread in 1 hectare of area. Okay? This is the classification of forest cover. Tree cover, on the other hand, is all the trees that you find everywhere else. Okay? So, with respect to total forest and total tree cover, it is 25.17%. Okay? When we only talk about total forest cover, it is around 22%. Okay? Total mangrove cover in India has increased compared to the previous assessment. This is wrong. Okay, it has actually decreased. Madhya Pradesh has the largest forest cover area in the country. This is right. Okay, 1 and 3. C. Consider the following states or union territories. How many of them have more than 75% of the geographical area under forest cover as per ISFR 2023? Okay, all of these states, all of these or the union territories, all of them have very, very small area. Okay, so the percentage would naturally be high. Also, the population density is low here. Okay, so all 4 are correct. In fact, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh are second and third when we consider about the percentage part. Okay, so answer is all 4. All 4 are correct. Now question number 11. The total mangrove cover in India has experienced a net decrease. This can be seen from the last questions itself, right? Statement 2. Gujarat recorded a significant reduction in its mangrove cover. This is correct. Both statement 2 and 3 are correct, but only one of them explains statement 1. Statement 3, Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra has recorded an increase in their mangrove cover. When statement 1 is talking about net decrease, it is talking about increase. So it is statement 2 that actually tells us about the decrease, net decrease. Okay, so answer is B. Now this is which organization is responsible for publishing the biennial means 2 yearly, है ना? 2 yearly ISFR report. Which one is it? It is Forest Survey of India. Forest Survey of India. ठीक है, this is a bit deeper question. ठीक है, consider the following categories of forest defined in ISFR. How many of them the above require a canopy density of 40% or more? Okay, this is based upon the the density of forest. Okay, very dense forest will have more than 70%. Between 40 to 70%, you will have moderately dense forest, and open forest would be less than 40%. When we are talking about density, which density? Canopy density, canopy density, canopy density and tree density are different. ठीक है? So answer is B, only 2. Then rank in forest carbon stock. This is one of the new findings under ISFR 2023. Okay, this was not done before. This is particularly with respect to the Panchamrita goals that we have and the NDCs, because we want to create carbon sinks. ठीक है? So we have state Arunachal Pradesh. All of these are correct. Okay, all 3 are correct. That is first, second and third. ठीक है? So remember this as a mnemonic only. AMC, AMC. ठीक है? Aligarh Muslim College. ठीक है? Rank in forest carbon stock. Consider the following air pollutants. Which one are secondary air pollutants? What is the definition of secondary air pollutant? That they need certain type of stable conditions under which they will form. Okay, undergoing certain types of chemical reactions. So which one is this? Sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide. We have seen primary pollutant, sulfur dioxide, through the emissions of diesel generators as well as vehicle emissions. Okay, ozone and peroxyacetyl nitrate. Only these two. Okay, so answer is only 2, B. Coming to carbon monoxide, colorless and odorless, we have seen. Reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of human blood, carboxyhemoglobin. It is primarily produced by incomplete. Okay, we have seen the fate of carbon. Complete combustion will produce carbon dioxide. Okay, so 1 and 2. This means it is A. Question number 17. Pollutant. Lead, damage to the nervous system. Yes. Chlorofluorocarbons, depletion of stratospheric ozone. Nitrogen oxides, formation of acid rain. ठीक है? Which one? When we have nitrogen oxide, which one is the other one responsible for acid rain? Sulfur dioxide. Okay, all 3 are correct. Then 18. Delhi experiences severe smog episodes during winter mornings. This is correct. Okay, multiple factors we have seen, right? Statement 2. Temperature inversion traps cold air and pollutants close to the ground. This is correct, right? We are saying that there must be stable conditions and these pollutants must be trapped so that there must be chemical reactions between them. Statement 3. Wind speeds are generally very, very low during winter mornings in North India. This is also correct. Okay. So answer is A. That is both statements. 2 and 3 are correct and both of them explain statement 1. Third statement, yes. देखो, हाँ. So we have seen that in photochemical smog, it is a necessity that the conditions remain stable. ठीक है? For them to remain stable, if the wind speeds are very, very high, the pollutants will be washed off. Okay, that means you will have more amount of influx of what is known as detergent of atmosphere, OH minus hydroxyl radical. Also, these pollutants will not be available for the chemical reaction. Okay, if wind speeds are low, then it creates a stable conditions for the presence of those gas. If that gas is present and it is also trapped by temperature inversion, it is like vertical lid and it is like a horizontal lid. Yes, it is also one of the geographical reasons that Delhi is at a lower elevation level. So all the wind, all the air gets collected over here. Okay, rest of the part is uplifted. Okay. So basically it becomes like a lab for the chemical reactions to occur. That is why we have secondary pollutant. You should look at the stability of the conditions. Okay, vertical lid, this is basically vertical lid, this is a horizontal lid. Question number 19. Which one of the following is the major source of fly ash emissions in India? This is your coal-based thermal power plants. Okay, B, 19B. Consider the following substances. Which one of them are recognized as common indoor air pollutants? Out of them, we have at least seen this volatile organic compounds. Okay, mainly perfumes, furnitures, formaldehyde also. Okay, formaldehyde, and radon is by the soil. Okay, all the four are correct. Asbestos is also something that is used in your urban cities. Okay, all the four. Coming to this pollutant, sulfur dioxide, thermal power plants, when we go for coal, ठीक है, coal, methane, paddy fields and wetlands, है ना, anaerobic conditions, black carbon, complete combustion, no, this is incomplete combustion, ठीक है. So only 1 and 2 are correct, only 2. Black carbon and brown carbon, what is the difference? What is brown carbon? Black carbon is pure carbon. Okay, carbon particles, and it is particularly on the basis of fossil fuels. When we talk about brown carbon, it is mainly from the emission of biomass burning. Okay. Now this though you should memorize. Okay. So all the four are correct. Minamata disease, mercury, etai means the bones that are cracking. Okay. That is cadmium. Blue baby syndrome, nitrates we have seen, over use of fertilizers. Black foot disease is arsenic. All the four. Then 23. The sudden discharge of untreated sewage into a river drastically reduces its dissolved oxygen levels. This is correct? Right? First. Statement 2. Aquatic microorganisms consume a large amount of oxygen to decompose the organic matter present in the sewage. Okay? So this means it is a process that is similar to eutrophication. Right? Once the algal population will be rising, then you will have the death of that algal population, and therefore you will have more amount of decomposition that will consume oxygen. So both statements are right, and statement 2 correctly explains statement 1. Answer is A. Consider the following statements regarding eutrophication. It is the process of nutrient enrichment. The word itself says U means excess, trophic means nutrients. It greatly increases the transparency and clarity of water. Does it do so? No. It increases the turbidity. Okay? Statement 2 is wrong. So eliminating statement 2, you will get 1 and 3 itself. Okay, C. But it leads to creation of dead zones where aquatic life cannot survive. This is correct. 24C. Question number 25. Which of the following is the most comprehensive measure of total organic pollution? Okay, both biodegradable and non-biodegradable in a water sample. We have seen it is COD, that is chemical oxygen demand. How much of it is required? Answer is B. Now this would be a bit difficult question. Consider the following organisms. How many of them are specifically utilized for bioremediation of marine oil spills? Water hyacinth, you know, definitely not, invasive alien species, right? Oil zapper, consortium, okay? That is developed by Theri. 1 and 2 is also correct here, okay? Answer is C. Only 3. Question number 27. Consider the following statements. Thermal pollution from power plant poses a severe threat to aquatic fish populations. Correct? Okay. You will have more amount of effluent discharge. You will have more amount of heat pollution also. Statement 2. Warm water has a lower capacity to hold dissolved oxygen compared to cold water. Correct? Okay. Statement 2 is also talking about how does rise in temperature of water leads to less amount of dissolved oxygen in the water. Okay? And because of that, and that is the reason that thermal pollution is also very drastic, having a drastic effect on the aquatic biodiversity. Answer is A. Both statements are correct. Statement 3. High water temperature artificially increases the metabolic rate of fish. Is this correct? What happens is, fish is cold-blooded. If you have warm waters, what will happen? It will increase the metabolic activities of the fish, but it will also increase the demand of oxygen by the fish. Okay. In effect, you will find that the major abiotic limiting factor will become dissolved oxygen. ठीक है. So both statement 2 and 3 are correct and both of them explain statement 1. Answer A. Question number 28. Consider the following agricultural practices. First, excessive application of nitrogenous fertilizer causes what? Blue baby syndrome. Second, over irrigation of agricultural fields. Does it lead to contamination of groundwater? Yes. ठीक है. We are talking about increase in salinity levels also. Heavy reliance on synthetic pesticides. Synthetic pesticides, it is also degrading to the soil and therefore it will percolate to the groundwater as well. Answer is C. 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Coming to question number 29. Consider the following heavy metals. How many of them are hazardous metals commonly found in electronic waste? All the four. All the four. Lead, mercury, cadmium and beryllium. They will have certain uses. You have to see which uses are there for the electronic ones. Question number 30. Consider the following statements regarding plastic waste management rule. The rules impose a blanket ban on all types of plastic packaging. Only single-use plastics are there. Okay, that was imposed in the year 2022. The rules mandate extended producer responsibility for plastic packaging waste. We have seen this, EPR. The minimum thickness of plastic carry bags was increased to 120 microns. This is also correct. Okay, 2 and 3. Consider the following pairs regarding the waste categories and their ideal disposal methods. Okay. When we talk about biomedical waste, it will have various amounts of pathogens as well, infectious. That's why we go for incineration. That is burning of the waste completely. Then organic municipal solid waste, solid waste, we are talking about composting. That is, we talk about segregation of these kind of waste. One, the composting must be done within your area. Okay, rest of the ones should be segregated and should be transferred to the waste collection bodies. Then you have highly hazardous chemical waste. This is secured landfill. It is also known as sanitary landfill that we have seen. Sanitary landfill. Okay, this means that it should not percolate into the groundwaters. This is also correct. Okay, all three are correct here. Question number 32. The first statement, the informal sector manages the vast majority of e-waste recycling in India. Okay, that is why we have this problem. That is why we have extended producer responsibility under e-waste management rules as well. Statement 2. The informal sector employs advanced, environmentally safe technologies for the extraction of precious metals. Is this true? No. Such kind of a technology is not something that is available to the informal sector. Statement 2 is wrong. Okay, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is not correct. C. Question number 33. Microplastics pose a severe life-threatening risk to apex marine predators. This is right. Microplastics act as sponges and absorb toxic organic pollutants from the surrounding seawater. Is this correct? We talk about microplastics as being pollutant in two ways. One, as the source itself. Second, because of the accumulation of the toxic pollutants. That is your persistent organic pollutants. Right? Statement 2 is right. Statement 3, toxic compounds accumulate progressively in higher concentrations as they move up the marine food chain. This we are talking about bioaccumulation and biomagnification. Okay? So answer is A. Question number 34. Which of the following international conventions specifically regulates the transboundary movement of hazardous wastes and their disposal? This we have seen. Okay. Apart from this, we had also seen about MARPOL, we had seen about ballast water management, right? So answer for this is Basel Convention. We should not confuse it with the Basel Convention in economics, Basel III norms, right? Answer is C, 34. Consider the following duties. Segregate waste. This is with respect to your solid waste management rules. First is segregate waste in biodegradable, non-biodegradable and domestic hazardous waste. These are the three categories in which the segregation of waste has to take place. Then you have securely wrap used sanitary waste before disposal. Okay? Pay the designated user fee for solid waste management services. Okay? This is also correct. Fourth, burn dry leaves. Does it look logical? burn the dry leaves locally to reduce the volume of solid waste. It is in effect going to increase more amount of air pollution. Okay, so this is fourth is wrong. You will have 1, 2 and 3 as the right option. Question number 36. Now this is from your current affairs. Pralay missile recently tested by DRDO is short range surface to surface quasi ballistic missile. Okay, answer is D. Okay, short range meaning up to which kilometer? 150 to 300 or 500 kilometers maximum. Question number 37. With reference to bomb cyclone, consider the following statements. This is also one of the PYQs, mains one. Okay, it is an intense mid-latitude storm formed due to explosive cyclogenesis, that is origin of cyclone, marked by a rapid fall in surface air pressure within 24 hours. This is correct. This is the right definition for bomb cyclone. But the second one is wrong. The pressure drop required to classify a storm as bombogenesis is uniform across all latitudes. No, it differs as per the different latitudes because you will have difference in pressures also. Answer is A. Only first statement is right. Question number 38. Now, economics question. Consider the following statements about market access support intervention. Okay. First, it is aimed at providing direct income support to farmers through minimum price guarantees. Is this correct? We talk about minimum support price, right? And there are multiple schemes also that talk about the price deficiency, right? So this is wrong. Second, it is being implemented under the Niryat Disha sub-scheme of interest equalization scheme. The answer for this is, it is under export promotion mission. Export promotion mission. Sub-scheme is Niryat Disha. Okay? Answer D, neither one nor two. Which one of the following, this is your current affairs, which one of the following became the first insect to be granted legal rights? This was covered in your current affairs. Which is stingless bees. Stingless bees of Amazon. The term path genie, recently seen in news, refers to what? One, vaccine development program. Second, open source computational software for accelerating drug discovery. This is the right answer. B. Question number 41. Consider the following statements about collateral support for export credit initiative. Okay. So first is, the initiative aims to enable collateral-free export credit for exporters by providing government-backed credit guarantee support to the lending institutions. This is right. Collateral-free, what does collateral-free mean? That you are devoid of any kind of risk, okay, due to the market fluctuations. Second, it is implemented through National Credit Guarantee Trustee Company Limited under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. This one is also right. Okay. Third, the initiative provides for direct interest subvention to exporters on export loans to enhance price competitiveness in the global markets. This one is wrong. Okay. That is, it is not the direct interest subvention. That means if you are getting a loan of 5%, they will cut 1.5% and they will charge you only 3.5%. Okay. This is not the aim of the program. It is basically a risk sharing kind of a scheme. Okay. So only 1 and 2. Answer is A. Now this is your history based question. Rani Velu Nachiyar was the queen of Shivaganga in Tamil Nadu and is regarded as one of the earliest Indian rulers to resist British East India Company rule. This one is given as correct. Okay. She led the revolt of 1857 in South India and was executed by British after her capture. This one is wrong. Okay. Answer A. Consider the following statements about the relics of Buddha. All the relics of Buddha were distributed at the place of his salvation, that is Kushinagar. Right? The Piprahava relics of Buddha were discovered at the city of Buddha's birth. The third, the stupas were erected over these sacred relics as a repository. All three correct. D. Consider the following statements about Samudra Pratap. Okay, only first statement is right. Here you have, it is a specialized pollution control vessel operated by Indian Coast Guard. This is particularly for your marine oil spills. Marine oil spills. Second, it is a nuclear powered vessel. You would have known about it. Nuclear powered vessels. Okay, this is wrong. Answer is A. Then Gandhar oil fields seen in the news recently is located in, this is in Gujarat. C. Question number 46, international relations and also your energy security. First, OPEC Plus is a grouping of OPEC member countries and non-OPEC oil producing nations that coordinate on oil production policies to influence global crude oil markets. We know OPEC as cartel, right? Second, Russia is a non-OPEC member but plays a key role in OPEC Plus decisions. Yes, first and second are right. Third, OPEC Plus functions as a formal international organization, not formal. It is informal association. Okay? So answer is A, 1 and 2. Question number 47. This you should remember 100%. The Hangzhou Strategic Action Plan seen in the news recently is about what? It is about B, UNESCO's MAP program. Okay? Question number 48. Gyan Bayan. It is a traditional folk music and percussion ensemble of Bengal closely associated with Vaishnavite monasteries. This one is wrong. It is, all three statements are wrong here. It is a primarily martial dance performed by the harvest festivals and involves the use of swords and shields. This is wrong. Origin of Gyan Bayan is traced to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please read the explanations also for this. 49. Nutrient-based subsidy scheme. Okay, nutrient-based subsidy scheme talks about mainly about two fertilizers. Talks about phosphorus and potassium. Okay, phosphorus in the form of diammonium phosphate and muriate of potash. Okay. The other is urea. Urea is something that is used many times. Okay. We want to balance the soil health with respect to what is the composition of soil content that we should have, the nutrients that we should have in soil. 4:2:1. Okay, we are talking about N:2P:K. Nitrogen is to phosphorus is to potassium. So first, it was introduced to provide subsidies on fertilizer based on the nutrient content rather than on a product specific basis. This one is correct. Why it is correct? Because we are talking about what is the soil health and based on the fertilizers, which component, which nutrient should be more, which nutrient should be less. And we are providing subsidy based on that specific nutrient itself. Second, it aims to promote the balanced use of essential nutrients. Generic statement. Under the nutrient-based subsidy scheme, the government provides a fixed subsidy revised annually or biannually on phosphatic and potassic fertilizers, including DAP. DAP is diammonium phosphate. Okay. So this, all three are correct. C. Question number 50. Somnath Temple. Okay. Did you know this? So first is Persian scholar Al-Biruni gives a detailed account of Somnath Temple, including its immense wealth and fame. This one is correct. The second one, present Somnath Temple was inaugurated and installation ceremony was performed by Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister. It is wrong. It is by Rajendra Prasad. Okay, answer is A, one only. Okay. Okay, thank you.